Alright folks, JeffRo'sJourney here, JeffRo speaking. So this is a long process in the making. Replacing a faucet cartridge in the kitchen. Oh, let me tell you, I've been at this since 11 o'clock. It's now 10 of 4. It's supposed to be 15 minutes, right? Well, wouldn't you know, every time I go on the internet to see how to do it, I can't find anything because every shower or kitchen faucet is going to be slightly different. And if I say shower faucet or kitchen faucet, just know that I mean kitchen faucet, okay? So what are we working with? We have a Kohler kitchen faucet. I believe it's from the line Forte. I believe the code is A112.18.1. It's written on the back here. So how do you take them apart? Well, in the simplest terms, for those of us who are not mechanically inclined, like me, what you've got your base, and this screws down onto the kitchen sink. Then you have your cartridge. This is the bad cartridge. This cartridge just sits in there, just like that. It's got two little nubs and a seal, rubber seal, that just sits in there. Those little nubs sit down in the bottom of this, and it kind of sits it in place. So you've got that. Then you've got this little piece, which has threads on it. That slides over top, and it screws down. And then this part, because it's all nice and shiny looking and decorative, screws on top of that. And then your handle sits down on top of that with a little screw that tightens it down. And a little itty bitty cap that goes over that hole to cover it up. So this little cap just pries right out. It's just in there with little tension nubbins. Alright, so you take that out. Then you undo the little set screw that's back there, which is right here. This slides off. This part took me an hour to get loosened up enough where I could actually unscrew it. And I don't know if you can see, but yeah, I actually marked it up. So I'm gonna have to order a replacement part for that. Shouldn't be too expensive, like $5–10 bucks. Who knows, with today's prices it could be even more. As I'm recording this, it is the 15th of June. So 2021, there you go. So then you unscrew this, and that was hard to get off as well. Of course, 10 years of daily use and not a whole lot of cleaning, I guess that'll do it. So then you pop this piece off. Now this was also all gunked up. So why is this out? You should just be able to fix all of this stuff without taking it off. This guy. I could not, for the life of me, get it unscrewed from being connected to the sink. I have these pliers to work with. I got this rubber strap because I don't have one of those soft ratchet straps. I'm going to be ordering one. And also, in order to take this off, under the sink, you have this here. So this threaded piece sits on here. There you go, this threaded piece. And basically, with this part that sits under your sink, screws in, and it creates that tight compression fit, okay? That's all it is. You just undo that, disconnect your water lines. Please, before you do any of this, turn the water off. You'll thank me later, okay? Ask me how I know. You unscrew that, and this whole thing with the lines comes right out. Now, if you need to find the part number is on the back of the cold line. Okay, it says cold, and there's the part number. The part number for this particular faucet is Romeo 10430-Bravo November. And on the back of here, there's a little washer. Okay. Okay. So the replacement cartridge is part number 1016814. Comes with the seal. Comes with 2 of these little black plastic pieces. This is what the part actually looks like, if you can see that. It's part number RGP 1016515. Also, do yourself a favor, pick up silicone grease. That is from Danco. None of this stuff is sponsored, by the way. I went to the local home supply repair store just to pick them up. The reason I picked up 2 of these, I'm not the greatest at fixing things, so if I broke the first one, I'd rather have a backup right here. And also some Teflon tape. You can pick up a 5-pack for $5-6. Doesn't hurt to have, because as soon as you take these off, you need to reapply some plumber's tape to the fittings so that you don't have leaks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this reattached to the sink. I've got to go climb under here. So I'm going to do all that. You're not going to be able to see it because I'm not that good at video photography vlogging. So whatever footage I get is just going to be bad. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to turn on the camera when it's time to actually put all this stuff back together, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, folks, disregard the dirty sink. It doesn't matter. It took 30 minutes to get that stuff connected. Be careful of that Teflon tape, man. That stuff is sticky and really easy to mess up. All right, so we are here. Now you want to make sure that your faucet is basically parallel or perpendicular, right? And this is good enough for government work. So what we're going to do, this is the good piece. The black part that was on top of here is stuck in there now. I test fit this to make sure I was going to be able to do it okay for the camera. I'm a little gun shy. All right, here we go. So this part with the seal goes down first. I'm going to make sure that it sits in there like that. Okay, it'll basically self-align. This piece then screws down on top of that. But what we're going to do to make sure that we can actually get this thing off in 5 years, whenever we do our next preventative maintenance, is we're just going to goop this silicone grease on there. I have no idea if this is actually going to work, but it can't hurt, right? Okay, we got that. Got it on a couple of different spots. You know what? One more spot, just for good measure. Why not? Okay. And that's going to get everywhere. Don't tell my wife. All right, so now we gotta figure out how to grab this without getting it all over ourselves. All right, so that fits there. Oh, got it all over ourselves. Quick. Grab the paper towel. All right. Oh, like butter. Look at that. All right, got some resistance. Piece de resistance. Okay. Now let's snug this guy down. Oh, too big. Just right. Now I really have no idea how far this is supposed to be snugged down, but okay, we're on there. We're looking pretty, like New York City. Now this piece is going to thread over top. Let's just make sure. Yeah. All right, let's go backwards just to make sure we're not stripping anything out. There we go. Oh, we've got the mighty Malamute coming in to give us some what for. Now, I'm not going to tighten that part down a whole lot because I'm going to need to be able to get it off in the future when that replacement part comes in. So just going to finger tight. That's it. That's all we're doing. All right, let's put the cap back on this guy before we make a mess. Okay, now this piece is going to go on. And I think before we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to put this set screw in. That'll work, right? That way we're not trying to fiddle with it while it's behind us. Don't do this over the sink. You really, really, really don't want to lose this part. There we go. And just get it started. And you can just see that. Get that out of there. There we go. Now you can just kind of see it poking through there. I don't know if you can see that, but we're going to back it off just so we don't create any restriction. Back it off a little bit more. There we go. All right. Now, moment de truth. All right. Would you believe it? I actually put that in backwards, or at least I thought I did, so I took it off again to try it. All right. Move this to the side. Pardon my huge cranium while I try to get this in there. Success. Okay. Tighten. Come on, meow. Come on, meow. Ah, there we go. All right, she's snug. All right, moving freely. All right, now let's turn on the water. Keep our fingers crossed there's no leaks. We're gonna see what happens. All right, that's the hot, that's the cold. That would be the cuckoo clock. And it's gonna spit out whatever air was in there. All right, we've got flow. Houston, we have flow. Bleed out the hot side. Bleed out the cold side. There doesn't appear to be any leakage, which is good. Now, so two things why I wanted to do this. Slow water flow. Looks like that problem has not been remedied. So this whole thing has so far been done in vain. Yeah. we got cold water. Waiting for the hot water. It's getting a little bit warmer. All right, it's getting warmer. So, friends, what have we learned? This has been an exercise in futility. Yep, the slow water flow problem has not been fixed. But we do have hot water, so that's good. Well, I think we're going to call it quits here. Hopefully you've learned something from this. At least I've shown you how to change out the cartridge if you need to change the cartridge. But now I'm thinking the problem is somewhere in maybe this part here. So anyway, we'll catch you on the flip side. And remember, if you liked the video, if you didn't like the video, leave your comment. Please keep it nice and civil. Click that thumbs up, share it, and don't forget to subscribe. JeffRo out.